Beneath 2 million square miles of dense jungle lies one of history's greatest secrets, a civilization that mastered astronomy, mathematics, and architecture long before Europe rose from the Dark Ages. For centuries, their cities vanished without a trace. But now, with lasers scanning the forests from above, scientists are uncovering thousands of hidden ruins, rewriting everything we thought we knew about the ancient world of the Maya. Number 1. The hidden civilization beneath the jungle. Hidden under the vast green canopy of Central America lies one of the greatest mysteries in human history. For centuries, the jungles of Guatemala and Mexico have concealed an entire civilization, the world of the ancient Maya. These were not just small villages lost to time. They were cities, palaces, temples, and entire societies that thrived for thousands of years. But what happened to them? How did such a brilliant civilization vanish so completely that even their cities disappeared under the trees? For decades, archaeologists tried to answer these questions by walking through thick forests, uncovering stone after stone. But today, a new technology has given scientists something close to superhuman vision. It allows them to see through the jungle without cutting a single leaf. It's called LiDAR, light detection and ranging. LiDAR sends thousands of laser pulses from the sky and measures how they bounce back. When the data is processed, it reveals the shape of the land below, exposing hidden structures, temples, and roads that were invisible for centuries. With this technology, archaeologists are rewriting what we know about the Maya. What was once thought to be a few isolated cities is now seen as a massive network of urban life, complex, organized, and far more advanced than anyone imagined. Number 2. The tools that changed history. In 2018, LiDAR scanning over Guatemala changed everything. As the data appeared on screens, researchers were stunned. Across more than 800 square miles of rainforest, thousands of new ruins emerged. Walls, roads, canals, temples, and even entire neighborhoods. It was as if the jungle itself had lifted its veil. The Maya were not a single city, but a civilization of millions, spread across an interconnected landscape. The scale of their engineering shocked even modern city planners. Their roads were straight, their buildings aligned with astronomical precision, and their cities connected by networks that stretched for miles. LiDAR showed something no one had expected. This was a civilization of grand design and deep intelligence. But as discoveries grew, a deeper mystery followed. If the Maya were this powerful and advanced, what led to their fall? War? Drought? Religion? Or something much more complex? Number 3. Unearthing Kiwi, the Forgotten City. 10 years earlier, long before LiDAR was widely used, archaeologists discovered the ruins of a forgotten Maya city in Mexico's Yucatan region. The site was called Kiwi. At first, it looked like any other set of ancient stones. But as excavation began, the findings were extraordinary. In 800 AD, Kiwi was ruled by a local king who built a grand pyramid using more than 20,000 carved stones stacked 30 feet high. Archaeologists believe that beneath such pyramids, the Maya often buried their royal dead. So they decided to dig straight through the center. What they found changed everything. Deep inside, they discovered a type of stone called a vault stone, normally used for ceilings, not pyramids. Why was it buried inside? As they went deeper, they found an even older foundation beneath the pyramid, a building that dated to 500 AD, nearly 3 centuries earlier. That discovery made no sense. Historical records suggested that refugees from the southern Maya cities only arrived in this area around 700 AD, fleeing war and famine. So who built that older structure? Was someone living here before the refugees came? The mystery of Kiwi was only the beginning. Number 4. The Cave of the Gods. Around 17 miles away from Kiwi, local residents led archaeologists to a hidden cave system. What they found inside was beyond imagination. Not because of its beauty, but because of what it revealed about Maya beliefs and time. The cave stretched hundreds of feet underground, narrow and dark. Inside, walls were lined with pottery fragments, ashes, and the marks of ancient torches. To the Maya, caves were sacred. They believed such places connected the human world with the gods, a gateway between life and death. Archaeologists found broken vessels scattered across the floor. Each vessel was intentionally shattered, part of a ritual offering. One piece was always missing. The Maya likely took it with them, believing it carried the spirit of their gift. Deeper in the cave, a discovery stunned everyone. Paintings covered the rock walls, showing jaguars, deer, and ghost-like figures. The style of the art was different, older, simpler, but deeply spiritual. Chemical analysis dated the paintings to 100 BC, hundreds of years before the first great Maya cities. This meant that the people who painted them were among the earliest Maya, perhaps even their ancestors. The art represented illness, death, and transformation, themes that appeared in the later Maya religion too. But these early images were proof that complex belief systems existed long before the civilization reached its peak. What scientists were uncovering was not just ruins, but the roots of an entire worldview. Number 5. The Northern Society nobody knew. Until recently, scholars believed that Maya civilization began in the south, in Guatemala's Mirador Basin. That was thought to be the cradle of their culture, the first kings, the first temples, the first cities. But findings in Kiwi and nearby sites were rewriting that story. New excavations revealed entire networks of cities across the northern Yucatan. Archaeologists found 190 new towns, many with temples, pyramids, and sophisticated road systems. The conclusion was clear. The North was not a late copy of the southern Maya world. It was its own center of power, equally advanced, equally ancient. The idea that Maya civilization had multiple birthplaces was revolutionary. It meant that instead of one origin, there were parallel societies rising, trading, and influencing each other. This was not a small tribal culture. It was a civilization of immense scale, with engineers, farmers, astronomers, kings, and artists all thriving in regions thought to be isolated. The question was no longer where the Maya came from, but how so many centers of power could rise, coexist, and eventually fall. Number 6. The rise of the Northern Kings. As archaeologists dug deeper into Kiwi and nearby sites, a clearer picture began to form. The Northern Maya were not simple farmers. They were builders, planners, and rulers of a powerful society. Among their ruins stood royal palaces and vast estates. One of them, called Stairway to Heaven, revealed how wealth was organized. Under the floors of its homes, archaeologists found offerings, pottery, and even human remains, tokens of devotion placed when new buildings were raised. Chemical tests showed traces of food and spices from faraway lands, proof of trade and prosperity. These findings showed something rare in ancient history: a growing middle class. Skilled workers, farmers, and small landowners thrived alongside the royal elite. The North was not just surviving, it was thriving. Their greatest innovation was water management. In an area with no rivers or lakes, the Maya carved underground cisterns called chultans to collect rainwater. Each could hold thousands of gallons, enough to sustain entire communities during dry months. This mastery of engineering made life possible where nature had set limits. But every golden age has its breaking point. Number 7. Signs of collapse. By 800 AD, the northern cities reached their height. Large palaces, powerful kings, and flourishing towns. But then, signs of trouble began to appear. At sites like Kiwi, workers suddenly stopped construction. Walls were left unfinished. Tools were abandoned mid-work. Nearby estates were deserted, but not in panic. Pots were neatly placed, doors left open. It looked like a people who planned to return, but never did. Core samples from the region revealed the cause: a long and severe drought. Years without rain dried up even the greatest Chultans. Fields withered, crops failed. Without water, life could not continue. At the same time, a new religious cult spread across the region: the feathered serpent, a symbol of power and divine kingship. It brought division among leaders and shifted attention away from survival. When drought and politics collided, even the strongest cities fell apart. In less than a century, the great towns of the north were silent. The jungle began its slow reclaiming. Number 8. The legacy that survived. Centuries passed. The trees covered the temples, the stones broke apart, and the stories faded into myth. But the Maya were never truly lost. Their descendants still live across Central America, speaking languages born from the same roots, carrying traditions shaped by their ancestors. LiDAR and modern archaeology have only lifted the curtain, revealing what was hidden but never gone. The Maya were not a vanished mystery. They were a civilization that adapted, fell, and transformed, leaving behind lessons on innovation, resilience, and how fragile even the greatest societies can be. Technology has helped us uncover the world of the Maya, but it also raises a question: what will future generations uncover about us when we are gone? Tell us what you think. Was the fall of the Maya a warning for modern civilization, or simply another cycle of history? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed exploring this forgotten world, don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold stories of our past.